the pull list. Weekly comic book previews for everything coming out for April 15th. Let me know down in the comments what you guys plan on picking up. I think out of this list, I'm most excited for... Let's talk about Absolute Batman number 19, okay? So the elephant in the room, we got new arc starting up. So if you're thinking of jumping on to Absolute Batman, now's the perfect time. Look on the cover. We got this absolute Scarecrow, you guys see, this new kind of design for Scarecrow in the Absolute Universe. We got Deathstroke over here. So Deathstroke and Scarecrow, a little bit teased in a couple issues back, maybe like 3 or 4. And then, of course, this version of the Joker, Absolute Joker. There's 71 variant comics coming out for this one. Crazy stuff. Which one are you guys picking up? I'm not sure. I'm a cover A guy. Pick up variants every now and then. But geez Louise, 71 variants is crazy. Let's read the solicit real quick. Poison Ivy proved to be just one of the many horrors within the bowels of the Arc M facility. As the Joker sets his sight on Absolute Batman, he decides to enlist the help of one of the center's most terrifying doctors, Dr. Jonathan Crane. While Bruce Wayne tries to align himself with Barbara Gordon, there's more than one alliance formed in this issue. New debuts, new villains, new arc starts here. Very excited about it, and we know that in the next issue, with issue 20, talked about it in last week's New Comic Book Day video, there's going to be the Absolute Robins, okay? So that's going to be very interesting in the next issue, but issue 19, check out this, guys. What's that on his little pin there, a little lapel on his suit or something like that, right? Some ties with the Joker and the Robins. We'll have to see what's going on with that. Absolute Batman number 19, looking forward to it. Let's take a look at some of the next level titles. We got some people talking about them in the chat. Let's just get into Lobo really quick, right? So Lobo, issue 2, still got Scotty Young, still got Jorge Corona, of course. I thought issue 1 was pretty interesting, the setup for it, and the art from Jorge Corona was just incredible. The setup, it did have me interested. It seems like this intergalactic alien organization, they're going to be trying to set up a show around Lobo. So like you go around hunting people or doing what you do, and you be a bounty hunter and we'll get the show following your exploits, I guess. So that's what's going on in the sort of setup for the series. Got some cool variant covers there. I would say for me, I'm going to stick through the next 2 issues. After issue 3, we'll see how we really feel. The art is really what was bringing me through. And this sort of interesting premise from Scotty Young. So, iffy on the Lobo series, but we'll feel it out. Batwoman, on the other hand, I'm all in. So Batwoman engages the enemy, drawing Master Slay and his acolytes onto the field, but can her father, Jacob Kane, reach her before the streets of Petalon become a kill zone? Greg Rucka, the neon art. If you guys didn't pick up issue 1, I thought it was incredible, really cool stuff. Let's check out the variant covers. Got a Jenny Frison cover. Always love Jenny Frison's art style. Dustin Nguyen coming in hot. Loving Dustin Nguyen's art style. Great look for all the Bat family characters especially. So I'm looking forward to Batwoman. This one's on the pull list for sure. I'm not iffy about this one. Definitely going to be continuing this series. And then third and last, for the main DC Next Level titles that we're talking about here, Deathstroke The Terminator number 2. Also coming out this Wednesday. Tony Flees, Carmine Giandomenico. I thought the art in issue 1 from Carmine was good with the coloring from Ivan Placencia. I think Ivan did the coloring for a Two-Face series written by Christian Ward. That was pretty good. Carmine's art style is sick. I think it matches the Deathstroke. Even though I feel like Carmine's art style maybe is a little sloppier, right? But he brought kind of a cleaner edge to it on some of maybe the landscape shots for Deathstroke. So he's showing me kind of evolutions in his art style. It's pretty cool. I'm not a Deathstroke guy, guys. I don't know what to tell you. The first issue didn't wow me on its premise. I'm just not a Deathstroke guy, I guess. I don't know. So less sure about this one than I am the other 2 titles we talked about. That's a cool Gilliam March cover, though. Cover C, Kyler Kirkham. And then we got Dan Panosian, of course. So yeah, Deathstroke, is the one that I'm least sure about. I think I'm going to do what I'm doing with Lobo, right out until issue 3, see how we're feeling about Deathstroke. But as of right now, I'm most confident about Batwoman, Lobo second, and then Deathstroke in third. All right, next up for the pull list, let's talk about the 2 series that have new creative teams jumping on. let's talk about Nightwing number 137. So Dan Watters is still writing it. Really enjoyed Dan Watters' take for the Nightwing series. But Dennis Cohen jumped on last issue. And I will be honest with you guys, a little bit disappointing. I've read Dennis Cohen's stuff now in, of course, the Question Omnibus. So I was really looking forward to Dennis Cohen's look for Nightwing. And I don't know if it was the inking. Like, I feel like it wasn't Dennis Cohen. I feel like it was kind of the inking on top of it that I just wasn't really jiving with. In addition to Dan Watters' kind of premise for this story, it's like an evil, haunted highway that, like, Nightwing's got to sort out. Like, it's like this highway running through Bloodhaven, and there's something about it. People are dying in crashes and stuff like that. Actually, Nightwing causes a crash, essentially, and he's like, was it that ghost that's haunting the highway that made me crash? It's an interesting premise. But yeah, the Dennis Cohen artwork, maybe it was the inking. So we got to feel out how we feeling about this Nightwing series. I don't think I'll ever be dropping it necessarily if Dan Watters is writing it, but a little bit of a dip in terms of the art that I was feeling. Because Miyazawa, right? No, Miyazawa was on the Batgirl series. Who was doing the Nightwing series prior to? Let's see. Dexter Soy, of course. Yeah, Dexter Soy was killing it. Love Dexter Soy stuff. Dennis Cohen, a little bit disappointing. But another DC series that has a new creative team coming in. We got Teen Titans, or now it's called New Titans, number 34. So we got Tate Bromble, Sammy Basri. The first issue didn't, like, blow me away necessarily. It was kind of showing to me that Tate Bromble kind of understood the Teen Titans. He's read the past issues. He gets the history. He gets that it can kind of, be a little tropey at times. Like, he understands all of that. That's kind of what it was showing me. And Sammy Basri is a cool look for the Titans. Very clean, sort of simple look, but it's really effective. So I'm in for this new series. We'll see if, like, the story can kind of pick up. It was essentially Nightwing was kind of stuck in a Groundhog Day, like, loop situation. And it was kind of like this idyllic version of the Titans, and he was kind of trying to break out of that loop. It was actually the new members that ended up joining in, like, the news and stuff. You guys hear about, John Kent's coming in, spoilers coming in. We got Yara Flor coming in as well. So they're all coming in as new members of the Titans, trying to break Nightwing out of that loop, essentially. So, an alright first issue, nothing crazy, but the art was really solid. I'm just ready for this new era for the Titans. Hopefully it can be like my Titans series, if that makes sense. Let's talk about Ultimate Wolverine real quick. Issue 16. Is this the last issue of the series? It's the last issue of the series, but I think Ultimate Wolverine's going to have some part to play in the rest of the Ultimate Endgame event, I guess, right? So Chris Condon, Cappuccio, is closing out his time on Ultimate Wolverine. Year 2 of the Ultimate Universe nears its end in the final issue of Ultimate Wolverine. Wolverine and Phoenix track magic right into the demonic dimension of Limbo for an epic, devastating showdown. To escape Lyanna's realm of dark magic, a final sacrifice must be made, one that will lead directly into Ultimate Endgame number 5, which I think someone was telling me, Paul Devs in the chat, I think he was telling me that got delayed. My goodness, bro. My goodness gracious. What's going on with the Ultimate Universe? Just ended. But looking to close out Ultimate Wolverine. It's been a highlight for the Ultimate Universe. Let's just end it, though. Let's talk about Wonder Woman number 32. Last issue was the first of this Wonder Wars arc. Starting up, Tom King, Daniel Sampere coming back onto the title. First issue, it's okay, dude. I guess I'm most frustrated with Tom King's narration style for the series. Like, I'm kind of just over it. It's like, who's talking? You got these two people. I don't know if it's been revealed to us yet. Maybe I'm too stupid to not realize that, like, one of them is supposed to be Wonder Woman or something, right? A future situation where, like, the matriarch has killed, like, every member of the Justice League, and it seems like, not Yara Flor, Trinity and her mom have a plan to fight back. So that's kind of the sense I get. We'll have to see how this arc continues. But yeah, it's just really weird to have us way out in the future. We don't know really how we got there. You got this narration of, like, who the hell's talking right now? I have no idea. A little bit frustrating. You kind of just wish Tom King would kind of get to the point. I'd recommend reading this series in a trade. Maybe check it out digitally. Not one you need to pick up in singles. I'm a rube. I've just been picking it up since the series started. Feels kind of weird dropping it now. But I kind of want the next creative team to jump on. That would be cool. Let's see. A couple more issues to talk about here. Like G.I. Joe number 21. Check this out, guys. I'll read the solicit. Storm Shadow and Scarlett return. The Arashikage and Cobra have met once before. Prepare for round 2. Will G.I. Joe be forced to put a stop to it? So we got a bunch of variant covers coming in. I've been waiting for this dude. So when the Scarlett miniseries was coming out, I was in love with the dude. Kelly Thompson wrote it, I believe. He had really strong artwork. It was kind of like more spy than G.I. Joe has been in the main series. That miniseries of Scarlett was so sick. And it showed us like another corner of the Energon universe, kind of like what was going on in the Asia kind of realm over there. And dude, Scarlett was so cool. Of course, I mean, classic G.I. Joe character, Storm Shadow, also getting kind of reintroduced into the story. Josh Williamson and Tom Riley, let's go, man. I've been loving G.I. Joe. It's my favorite part of the Energon universe for sure. So looking forward to Storm Shadow and Scarlett coming in. That's going to be pretty cool. I believe the last issue we have here, yeah, we talked about everything else except for End of Life number 3. Okay, so solicit real quick. Eddie has a big cock problem. The chicken-headed menagerie assassins have found his way to Pluto. Who could have given up Eddie's secret? Or is Big Cock here for another purpose? Whatever the answer is, obviously all Eddie's fault, and now the whole town is in danger. Oh, and it gets worse. Deep within the confines of the abandoned Wrong Dog Park, Richard Smiley is working on a plan to take Eddie down and tighten his criminal grip on the town. Kyle Stark, Steve Pugh, still writing End of Life. Looks like we get a first kind of moment of action. I feel like last issue was a little bit kind of weaker on that front there. You got this Eddie Stallion character. He's trying to hide out at home, and all the other assassins are trying to come after him, right? So the setup is all right. I'm just not a fan of the Eddie Stallion character, and he's not winning me over in the first 2 issues, I guess I will say. So I think my plan is, and this is where like the collector in me is like, no, don't stop pulling it, because you've been pulling all the DC Vertigo stuff up until this point. I think I gotta draw a line, bro. Like, I just gotta say, I'm not a big fan of the End of Life series. I'll catch it in digital. Not something I need physically. Let me know how you guys feel about that in the chat. Am I wrong to be dropping End of Life? It's just the weakest DC Vertigo title, in my opinion. That's what we have for the comic book pull list, comic book previews for the week of April 15th. The 10 comics I'm looking to pick up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and of course, let me know what you guys are picking up down in the comments, what you're most anticipating. And while you're down there, like if you like, sub if you love, and if you really like, you can hype it. I'll catch you next week for another set of comic book previews. So that's been another New Comic Weekly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Every single Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, I'm going live with the audience. We're talking weekly comic pull list, we're talking weekly comic reviews, and then we do a secret big topic that I decide like right before I start filming.